Okay, we're on. Just waiting for Mr. Parker. It's 7:30, Gene, if you want to get started.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order now, and we'll just go on to have a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting. So moved. Okay.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. So the next item on the agenda is item number 5, to lay the levy. Stephanie, you're there, I presume? Stephanie?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, do you want to go ahead and tell us about the levy, please? Laying the levy?
We're just going to lay the levy for the 2021 fiscal year. And as of right now, it looks like our percentages are 12.5 and 25.
Okay, that's great.
Um,
Do you have any comment to make about
well-
the levy?
Well, I do. I mean, we did our budget before all the crisis hit. So somebody needs to mute their phone there, with the dog. But anyway, we did this before the crisis hit, and I think it's, probably a good thing that we've had the same levy rate for as long as I can remember. It's 12.5 cents on a $100 assessment, which is very low, very low. So I think it's responsible on our part that we're going to try to toe the line with this levy rate. So I would make a motion that we go ahead and set the levy rate for 2020, 2021 budget year at 12.5 cents for class 1, 25 for class 2, and 50 for class 4.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, so lay the levy for the rates that Marty said. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Yep.
All right, we'll go on. That's all we have on our regular agenda. As the only thing I have, I wanted to, and Barbara will talk about that, I'm sure, but I got a letter, as I usually do, from the Arbor Day Foundation, congratulating Williamstown again on earning recognition as the 2019 Tree City USA. And they say they're really proud for our commitment to the people and the trees that we for the trees in Williamstown, and thank us for helping to create a healthier planet for all of us. So that's something we've been carried on for many years. So we just wanted to.
The longest standing Tree City USA in the state of West Virginia, I believe.
Yes, it was the
That's
first.
true.
Yeah, the first and longest standing. That's correct.
And we hold the distinction of being the only city in the state of West Virginia that was the first Tree City USA and the first Bee City USA. So
That's correct. We're being first. That's what I say. We're first class. How about that?
Yeah.
Totally agree. We'd like to have that in the newspaper. We're not going to be able to have our regular Arbor Day celebration. At our next council meeting, we will read the proclamation and do all that so that we have our paper recognition for next time's Arbor Day application.
awesome.
That's good.
But we won't do that at this one. We'll do it at the next one.
That's great. Okay, anybody have anything else? I'm
Yeah,
not gonna really go down there.
I have several. things.
Okay,
Have
all
we,
right, we'll just start talking.
okay, have we pretty much agreed as a council that we're only going to convene once a month until this is over, or what are we doing?
Marty, I think that's a good idea because we can involve people more than, than how we're doing it tonight. And I think that, if it's all right with council and their approval, I would suggest that we do that until we get back on track and everybody can feel comfortable being out and coming to our meetings.
I mean, we've always got the option of having an emergency meeting if something comes up, right?
Absolutely, we can call that anytime.
Okay, I thought I understood that. I just want to make sure. So it'll be the second or the third Tuesday of each month until this is over?
Yes, and the next one will be the third Tuesday in May.
Okay. I wanted to point out that on the way we're paying bills, because traditionally in Williamstown, the city council reviews every bill before it's paid, but that in these times, that doesn't make any sense. So I would suggest and make a motion if y'all agree, that we authorize Stephanie, our city clerk, to pay the bills as long as they were incurred according to the parameters that were set up by city council on how to buy things, within budget and set up, properly purchased. And just go ahead and authorize her to make those payments.
I move that motion that we do that.
I second.
Okay, so move the second then to authorize Stephanie to go ahead, our city clerk, and pay the bill as she has done in knowing which ones are due monthly. And if she has any questions, she can certainly ask us about it.
Okay. The other thing I have, and as finance person,
Excuse me, Gene probably needs to take a vote on that motion.
oh yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. Okay, go ahead.
go ahead, Gene.
Yeah.
You got a motion second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, opposed, motion carries. Okay.
Okay. I've been, as finance person, I've been keeping a close eye on what's happening in the city as far as finances because to date, we are healthy. We have received the normal revenue that we received. The hotel motel started falling off a long time ago, so that's not a big hit because there aren't that many people staying at the one hotel in town. But
Right.
the sales tax revenue and the real estate taxes have all been in line with what we have budgeted and what we're normally used to getting. But we've got to be smart here and realize that that's not going to continue. We know the hotel motel tax is going to be almost zero, and we know that the sales tax is I would assume is going to take a heck of a hit. Now that's not going to hit for 2 or 3 months because they pay quarterly. We just got paid for what they said January, February, March, but it was probably what, Gene, November, December, January?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. No, it's not November.
December, January, February, because you remit a month behind. So what I'm saying is we haven't seen March, April, May I would anticipate are going to be way down. So
Absolutely.
So I would encourage all the department heads and all the people in the city to really hold down the expenses as much as possible so we don't get ourselves in a jam. The last thing we want to do is get to the point where we have to worry about laying off workers or stuff like that. Let's just be smart. And I don't think that would be a problem. I checked on if we had a problem with people paying water bills, and our delinquents are right in line with what they've been for this time of year. So, right now, everything looks great. We're right where we think it should be. The revenue's good. People are paying their bills. But let's be smart and realize that may not happen in the future.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I think that will answer a lot of questions. And Marty, while you're talking about the funds for the city, I just want to tell all the people in the city of Williamstown on behalf of myself and council how we really, really appreciate you for what all you've done during this virus. We just appreciate you and thank you. And to my knowledge, we haven't had anybody in Williamstown that has had the virus, and that plays real well in how you have taken care of each other and everybody else. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and we hope that this doesn't go on much longer.
Yeah. I only have one more thing, and just let you know that we briefly mentioned Bee City USA. It is still very active. Jim Parker, in fact, and his wife Lori called yesterday, and they got a hold of the bee person. They had a swarm at their house, and it was rescued where in past times it might have been destroyed. So the word's getting out. We're helping the pollinators. We're slowly working on the Armstrong garden. We'll probably only be up there 1 or 2 people at a time because we can't congregate. But we're still active, so just want to let people know that.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
And that's all I have, Jim.
Okay, anybody else have anything? If not, we'll have a vote.
I move the motion, John.
Okay? Okay, thank everybody. Meeting closed.
Everybody be safe.
Yeah, you too, Jim.
Yeah.
Thank you.